Alright guys, just a little video. Everyone's been asking me about the car. Obviously, I've got a Skoda Superb plug-in hybrid. It's a Skoda Superb IV. It's got a 1.4 litre petrol engine, turbo, 1.4 TSI engine. It's got a 13 kilowatt hour battery they can charge up. Now the thing with plug-in hybrids, right guys, is once the plug-in element has gone, you have still got a self-charging hybrid. So as an example, a Kia Niro self-charging hybrid that a lot of taxis drive is, once you plug a plug-in version of one of them, it becomes a self-charging once the plug-in's gone. Do you know what I mean? So the car isn't running on a 1.4 litre petrol engine alone. It's got the other batteries to assist it, even though the main battery that you charge is dead. Now, one good thing about this car, which I really like, is when you plug it in and you get late 30s of full electric charge, or you can put in hybrid mode and the 38-mile full electric range assists the self-charging system, so you get even better mile per gallon, right? But one thing you got to be careful of with the plugins, right, and it is a bit of a blag with the manufacturers, is it's very hard to figure out what the car does once the electric has run out, and that's the most frustrating part, guys. So there's some plug-in hybrids that are brilliant plugged in, but once that plug-in's gone, they are awful, like really bad. So if you're, especially on the taxis, if you're on long distance driving or you do a lot of miles, the plug-ins can be really, really bad, depending on how many miles you do. So as an example, like the Range Rovers, I think the Range Rovers are like a plug-in, you get 20 to 30 mile range, and then after it you're in a 4 litre V8 or something mad like that, or a 3 litre V6 or whatever. But like once that 20-30 miles gone, it is really bad on fuel. So that's why I wanted to do a test. I haven't plugged it in for 2 days. My full electric range has been zero, like zero, because I wanted to test what it does unplugged. And this is the reason why I've done the video, because when I was looking at one of these, I was like, oh, so what, when my range is gone, what mile per gallon am I going to get? Couldn't find it anywhere, guys. If you look on paper on this, it's like 180 mile per gallon combined, or something they advertise, because what they do is, just say they drive this for 60 mile or 80 mile, and they do 40 mile of it is full electric and 40 mile using the engine. It brings like a mad figure, because the first 40 miles didn't use any fuel. So then the second 40 mile, the figures are massive. Do you know what I mean? So you can't tell. So when they're saying 180 mile per gallon average, it's just not realistic, especially when the electric range runs out and you're just running it. So like I said, I have emptied the battery. I've ran it for a good few days, kept an eye on it. Now I had a mixture of driving, been around town, motorway, and on average, I done between mid-40s and mid-50s average. Do you know what I mean? So I got quite high on the motorway, doing 65, 62, and then around town, obviously a little bit lower. But that's the 1.4 litre petrol engine running with the batteries. And like I said, yeah, about 45 to 55 mile per gallon. Mixed, depending on how you drive, where you're driving around town, motorway. But I was getting between 45 and 55, depending on the situation. Now, when I first got it, I plugged it in a couple of times. And when I plugged it in, and I got in and put on a hybrid, so that 38 mile range you get, I spread that over the shift, so it assists the hybrid system. And I was getting, the highest I seen it was 88, and the lowest is about 70, 72. So charged, the car will do 72, 80, mid-80s, and then not charged about 45, 55. Now, the thing is, when you fully charge it, and then you leave it in hybrid system, the actual charge lasts ages, because it's just the system, the hybrid system. Do you know what I mean? If you're driving it in full EV, then obviously you'll use it like 35 mile and it's gone. Do you know what I mean? So it depends how you use it. So like I'll probably start a shift in hybrid mode, and then just say I'm going home and I've still got 15 mile electric range, I'll put it in full EV and drive home full electric, and then plug it in when I get in. So you can play with the system a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Or what you could do is you could start the shift in full EV and then finish your shift averaging 45 to 55 mile per gallon. Then by the end of your shift, you probably averaged high figures because your first part of your shift was full EV. So you can play with the system. It's really good. But so far, guys, honestly, I'm going to do a full review of the car. I just haven't had a chance. So busy with Christmas and everything else. I'm going to do a full review of the car soon. And yeah, so far, absolutely love it a bit, guys. Listen, thank you very much for watching. One thing I'm dying to do, and I might do it tomorrow if I get a chance, is I want to test out the boot space. I want to see how many suitcases I can get in the boot. Because it's a big boot. It's not as big as a Superb Estate diesel because there's got some batteries in the boot. So the boot's a little bit shallower. It's not as deep because of the batteries, because it's obviously a self-charging hybrid. But it's still a big boot. So it'll be interesting to see how many full-size suitcases I can get in the boot. So I'm going to try my best. Might do that tomorrow, but we will see. Listen, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm so chocked with Christmas and everything else, and trying to slip in a bit of work as well. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has helped you. And myself personally, I'd highly recommend one of these, guys. They are superb. Nice one. Peace out.